Hey California Real Estate, welcome back to NHD Academy. As you may have noticed, California tends to do things differently than other states. You see it in our culture, entertainment, in our commerce and economy. In this episode, we're going to address California's unique position in the real estate disclosure landscape. I'm Patrick McClellan, your host for this episode of NHD Academy, a video series for California real estate agents and consumers. In the world of real estate, California is unique for its attention to property hazard disclosure, and that's because California has suffered some of the worst natural disasters in the nation's history. Earthquakes, floods, wildfires, dam failures, and within the last half century, we've learned important lessons about how to protect people and property from those hazards. Some of those lessons have become enshrined in California's consumer protection policies, such as real estate disclosure laws or statutes, and in local land use regulations. The most important disclosure statute is Section 1103 of California's Civil Code. It's also called the Natural Hazard Disclosure Act of 1998. This NHD law, with few exceptions, requires the seller and seller's agent to make 6 essential natural hazard disclosures when transferring any real property. And that includes both residential and commercial property and even vacant land. Those 6 statutory disclosures cover 2 types of flood hazard zones, 2 fire zones, and 2 seismic hazard zones. And for residential sales, those disclosures must be delivered to the buyer on a specified form called the NHD Statement. And each disclosure on that NHD Statement must be made using a specific state or federal hazard zone map designated for that particular disclosure. Each disclosure is answered either yes or no, is the property within the specified hazard zone or not? And if the map or information hasn't been issued for an area, then the disclosure is map not available. Of course, the seller and the agent are free to make those disclosures on their own. But for most consumers, map reading is an unfamiliar territory, and as most agents know, errors in a real estate transaction can be costly. So for this reason, specialized NHD companies like First American NHD and JCP-LGSDisclosures.com offer a solution. The NHD company aggregates the current regulatory maps and for a nominal charge makes the property-specific zone determinations on behalf of the seller and the agent. The company then provides the seller with a completed NHD statement ready to sign along with other important property disclosures, and that report is presented to the buyer to satisfy the disclosure duty. Under the law, an important benefit is that the NHD statement allows the seller and agent to transfer liability for the hazard determinations to the third-party NHD report provider. So all is good. But wait, there's more. The state isn't the only hazard authority. California's counties and cities can determine their own natural hazard zones. And in fact, they're required to do so under state law, Title VII of the California Government Code. And this is where the rubber meets the road. State law requires that each county and city draft and adopt a general plan. This is like a blueprint for how land within a municipal jurisdiction shall be used. And one of the required parts of that general plan is called the safety element. It's where the city or county has to identify and map out the hazards that may threaten public safety. Now, within those local hazard zones, the municipal agency gets to regulate how private property is used. What does this mean? It means the county or city can limit development or even ban construction within their own hazard zones through code enforcement and building permits. So as a seller or agent, you'll want to be sure that the buyer finds out about natural hazard zones mapped in the city and county safety element. So there you have it, regulatory maps and statutory disclosures, material facts that a consumer should discover before buying California real estate. To learn about the different types of natural hazards, check out all the episodes in our NHD Academy library. Visit our website, click on the Training Videos tab in the top menu, and watch all the episodes there. See you next time.